Hi, welcome to this elaboration. The aim of this is to integrate Red Hat Enterprise Linux 6 into Active Directory domain using Kerberos SSD to allow single sign-in. So yeah, so I go here. I have my host. This is the host that I want to connect. This is the Red Hat host. We do like this. See, Red Hat. So this is our Red Hat host that we want to connect. We want to integrate it to the Active Directory domain. So yeah, and then here press this one, and then you go to remote. This is the Active Directory domain. The Active Directory domain is here, and the Red Hat server is here. So first, what we want to do, here in this one, we always get our users from etc password. You get your users from etc password. This is where you get your users usually from operation. If you want, you have this there, and I only have one user on this computer. But what I want to do is to be able to get users from here to be able to log in here. And once they are logged in, I want them to be able to continue logging in without requiring password for a particular period of time where the ticket is valid. So that's a little about that. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to add one more user to the Active Directory domain. You click here, come here, and we say user. So I call it Jane, last name Doe, and login name is Jane. So we have Jane Doe. It's gonna be logging in, and then we next it. We give it the password. Click on. I hope I get it. I'm sure it's wrong. Uncheck this. Take this one. I knew it. Oh. So we have been able to create the user that we're gonna use now. Okay, finish. A little more on this one. I'm gonna show you what's been configured before. So for this to work, you have to have the Active Directory work as the DNS zone, and it also has contains the Kerberos server. That's the ticket, the KDC, Kerberos Distribution Center, and the TGT. So in this is the DNS zone for this domain. This is the domain name here, and I have added some clients there, some host there. So this Linux host is called Kerberos, and that's also addressed in this place. So it can be reached via this DNS server. And yeah, I'll show you something that's Maybe I should show it here. The IP address of this DNS is 10, number 10, and also if you check cat etc resolve, you can see that it's 10 here also. For it to work, they must be in the same domain. That's why I did this, and that is working. So to get started, yeah, I think yeah, first thing first, for this to work also very well, it's important that you have a good time synchronization. So you should among all the things that you install, you should install NTP so that you can synchronize your Linux server to take its time from the DNS, the AD server. So I'm just gonna do like this. So I'm gonna install the packet that we need for this. We need SSD. I'm just gonna check something. Here I have this paper that I made before. So that is gone. We need SSD. Install Y SSD client KR5 workstation. Yeah, you need to open LDAP clients to be able to do LDAP search. And you would need Samba. You don't really need it, but you need it to work anyway. Not much configuration is done in it. Come on. Give NTP. Install oddjob. Yeah, the SSD is a configuration file that is gonna make the Linux host to be aware of the Kerberos and the AD. Samba also does the same. This is the Kerberos client for Linux, Red Hat, and the OpenLDAP client allows us to be able to do LDAP searches from the command line. And the Samba command is required for SSD to work well. NTP for time synchronization. Oddjob and enablemkhomedir is to allow users to be able to create home directory when they log in for the first time to a computer. So yeah, install all these ones. Okay, they've been installed. Actually, I've installed them before. So first thing to do, okay, first thing I'm doing is take it step by step. We configure the time first because time is important. So we do sudo think I should go to root. It's easier for me that way. So you can do vim and then here I put this address. It means these are the addresses that this client uses to update its time. So I put the IP address of the AD server so that it can update from the AD server. So when you do that, you just it's done. Just gonna go through it quickly. Once the time is synchronized, we go to the Kerberos, and that we do with this Kerberos file, and then you make the configuration. This is the RAM. I am using DNS to look up for the RAM. I am using DNS to look for KDC because my DNS is working, and I'm define the RAM here. This is commented out, and yeah, you define the RAM also here. This is the RAM mapping that you make here. So once you configure, you have to configure this to suit your scenario, and then you close it. That is done. Then you try if the after configuring the Kerberos client, then you should try to test it if it generates tickets. So we can do like this. Well, I have auth tickets, so I can destroy and do list. No, so you generate a new ticket. But when you are generating a ticket from the, you need an account at the Active Directory. So I'm generating it based on the administrator account. At the RHEL. RHEL is also the same thing as I hope I remember my password for that. Oh, fun. Okay, our ticket has been generated now. We can do list, and then we see it's been generated now. It's been generated for this account. This account that we generate from is from the Active Directory account. So you generate the service principal, the user principal name from the Active Directory. So this account, so it can be Gendo that we use now, but I'm just using this one because I need some rights. Okay, and then yeah, so that works now. Now that we have tested that it's issuing tickets, for us to continue, you need to make a host object, a computer object at the Active Directory that represents this computer, so that you can make a service principal from it. So this host is going to be mapped to that host object in the Active Directory. There's another way to do it manually, but I've not been able to get my head around it. So we go to the Active Directory now and make a computer object. This is DNS. DNS can go down. We come here. Just come here and click, and then make a new computer. I will call it, what's the name of this computer? Kerberos. So we call it Kerberos. That is the name of our computer. Kerberos. So we do so. After adding it, then you come here, right click, properties, and then Unix attributes. That's another thing. When you install your Active Directory, you should also install IMU, Identity Manager for Unix users, because without that you can't really you can't get around this. And then you put the IP address of the host there, you put it in your domain, and then you click apply, and OK. Okay. Then we go to user. Sorry, I forgot to do something to the user that we created. We created Gendo and this one. So we have to go to the properties and set we go to the properties and take the Unix identity, Unix attributes for that user. We put it in the right place. You should just follow that, but I just solved this like I gave it 5 bash, and I put the home directory as win ad bash. So when I put its primary group is Linux admin, I can add that to another group. So once we are done with our user, we add the Unix attribute to the user that we created, and then we save it. So I think we can even do properties, and I want to see, is there anything like groups here? Member of this domain, primary group. Okay, but it could also, yeah, we just save that and that's done. So now the remaining work we're going to do is here. It's on this it's on the, now that we are, so now that we have created a computer object, we need to create the service principal name. So for the computer object that we just created, so we create that by doing this: set spn host slash Kerberos. That's the full host name, fully qualified domain name, host name. At the realm and the name. That's the client name again. So we create that. So we can see now that we have registering service principal name for this, and that. So it's been created. The CN, this one, okay. Then when you do that, you do set spn big L the host name, and it's registered now. So it's been created. Then we need to generate a ticket, a key tab file for this host. But then we generate the key tab file. We generate that by typing this one, ktpass principal host so we type it again, Kerberos. That's okay. We generate the GitHub file and we print it out. So we do like this. Bigger. So out on the name. What's the name we want to call it? We call it Kerberos.GitHub. Doesn't matter what you call it first. GitHub. GitHub. Then we crypto it. How do we want to encrypt it? Crypto. we are using just the ES only. So this is the NIS domain. What if I do? And we generate a random password. So this command should be able to generate a GitHub file for us. From here, generate a GitHub file for us. Yeah. Reset it. So that's done. So we have generated a GitHub file that is called Kerberos authconfig. I'm just gonna copy this and save it. So let's find the file. We are looking for this one. This file, the GitHub file has been created. This is it here. And then yeah, let's look for it. You can do like this. See what it's not here. Let's look for it everywhere. Here. Kerberos. That key tab. File not found. Okay. CD. See. Okay. We go here. Okay. And this is it now. This is the file we are looking for. It's in this place. So now we have to securely copy that file. I'm going to show you. So we found it here now. So what we're going to do is to copy it. To copy that, you have to securely copy it into this place. We can do like this. So we're going to copy it to the root folder of the Linux machine from the Windows. So to do that, we need to copy it. You need to copy the the GitHub file securely. So to copy that, we can use WinSSD. So we can do like this. Okay, let's do like this. This folder here, you can download it online. City. So this name. Okay. Kerberos. Okay. Roots and the password of the roots. Save it. Log in. Yes. So, and this is our check here now. You can see that everything here is here. Yes. Okay. So we just copy. So we have to copy this one from here, from C. This is it. So just copy it like this. You've copied it here now. So if we go here, we do ls again, and here is our host tab securely copied here. So now with that we are done with the Windows server. So we are back here on Linux. So first thing to do is change. I'll do like this. So we see, okay, it's owned by roots, so which is good. And then we have to change the right. It should be 6 normal. So we change mode 06. So we can see now it's been changed. Then we move it to the move. We move it to the space etc krb 5.p. This is the default folder where the GitHubs are kept. We send it that way. So it'll be moved. So yeah. So we've now that we have copied it in place and given the right read write privileges. So we test if the GitHub file can be found and can be used by the host. So we do that with this one. Init. Okay, because we want to specify the place we want to empty, because we're going to specify the where the GitHub is. GitHub. So is that? Yeah. One thing I want you to know is that I'm not using SC Linux here. So if you were using if you have a SC Linux activated, then you have to restore you have to make sure that this folder has the right SC Linux right. So run this command with the playlist. You can see that we have a default host principal at this one. And that is valid. So now we can make other searches. So there's going to be LDAP option. Search. That's the name of our Active Directory server. We are using SSSD to bind it. I'm going to search for Jane. Yeah, you can see that we can search. See that we can search clearly. We can find Jane. We find her in the right place. You can see the home directory and login place that we set in the at the beginning at the where we created the account. So it means that our account is binding, and we can make a search from the Linux system to the Active Directory. Good. Let's see what I can do. Oh shit, so much more. So now that that is done, we have to configure. Now we have to configure SSD. Oh, we have to configure Samba. Here we are going to configure Samba. We should do Samba now. I'll show you. Vim etc. I think I've configured it. Samba. So you configure your Samba like this. You have to configure this. You configure that, and when that is done, you save it and you quit. The next thing to do is to configure SSD. So that there is no GS. Wait, I'll just try something. The SSD file is not available by default, so it's something that you have to copy from somewhere, or you make your own SSD conf file. So for this example, I have one working SSD that I can copy. So I'm going to copy from this one. I'm going to copy from here. I don't have an object, so I'm gonna make a copy of this I'm gonna copy that to roots at because yes. So it's been copied over. You can see there is nothing here, so we just wait this one and do ls. This is the conf file we're gonna use. Let's see. Yeah, it has the right. It should be 600 also. readable and writable only by the root. So we can move it. Move that to move this to see. Yeah, in case you don't know where to move it, there is a sample configuration at user share doc SSSD. That's the example conf. So if you want an example conf, just copy from here to that place, and then you can get what you want. Just copy from here. So, but I already have one that's working, so I'm just going to go through it and explain it. So it's here now. For SSD to work, you need to configure at least one service. These are the services. I have NSS, that's a name switch service, and PAMD, pluggable authentication module. And yeah, and my domain, and the domains must be specified. If you have more domain, you have to just put a comma and continue them on a straight line. So it's been configured like this. My ID provider is LDAP, authentication provider is Kerberos, password provider is also Kerberos, access provider is LDAP, enumerate is false. In this place I can put true because my domain is not big, but in a production domain, then you have to put it false, otherwise it can cause denial of service on the network. So yeah, and then the only thing I change is this one. I'll change this place to Kerberos. Yeah, and then yeah, I don't mind this false. I don't need this one since I'm using a DNS. Yeah, I don't need this one here. You put it there only if your DNS is not working very well. But I think the DNS is working fine here, so we can ignore it. And we are using GSAP and we're binding with this. So, and we save that. Then another thing we need to do after that is so we save it. I think everything is fine now. Then we start. Now that SSD is configured, we need to restart it. So you can do authconfig enable SSSD, enable SSSD authentication, enable make home directory. Enable Kerberos, and then we update saves it. I hope everything is right. I know that. Odd job is always giving problem. Don't know why, but also we do. So our SSD is working now. Yeah, I think that's about all for our configuration for now. But then let's first test it. We're gonna test Gendo, so we'll be able to log into this computer. Remember, Gendo couldn't SSO into this computer from the beginning, but now SSH, we're gonna try to get the username from the Active Directory and get that to log in now. So I'll do SSH gen. I hope I remember our password. At Kerberos. You want to see? Yes. Why? Okay. I'm gonna check something now. I think the problem with that is this. Okay, I'm gonna just change this one to it is the IP address of this computer. So we try it again. And then we log in. What? Okay, what can be wrong? SSH. That's just what you have to do. SSH is on. Okay, I'll do like this. what I want to do now. Okay, come here. And yeah, we save this. Mm. Mm. Why? Just, okay, let me try another user. That's, don't close it, please. What is wrong with this computer? So we have three. One for other, one for rest, one for that. So what's the around? We check our SSD. Oh, sorry, troubleshooting period. I think I should do that myself. Yeah. Um, so what was wrong is that I because I did enable authentication for Kerberos. That's why it was causing problem. So I made some changes. I'm going to show you what I did to troubleshoot it. Maybe we should do that first. So that's this. I went. Oh wait. We just Jane. Good. You can see that yeah, we are logged in now. See, ID. We are logged in as Jane for the Active Directory group. I'm just gonna put that here. Yeah. So which means it is working. We've been able, but the problem now is that we are not able to make home directory. So with that, we're gonna do like this. So we exit and then clear screen. come here, come here and type this enable make home directory and give it the umask one for your yes, session. Yeah. If you put that there, it's gonna create the home directory. And if you find any file that is containing a krb here, you should just delete it. All krb5.so is going to cause you that problem that we had from the beginning. So just delete it from the folder and just have it like this. For the problem that we are having now, which is unable to create home directory for the user, because when the user logs in for the first time, we wanted to create a home directory for that user, and that has not been able to happen now. So we are doing this command here. It's going to help us create that, hopefully. So join again. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, sorry, almost stop. Sorry. Yeah, here. Here. We need to include. I'm just gonna copy from here. I'm gonna do like this. Okay. Just gonna check this. So we put that one. I will do include. copy this in there because we see it's gonna include it from here. Let's include password and this one account. Okay, and we take a pause.